Chapter 3. What the night carries night does not arrive all at once. It tests the edges first. I learned that quickly. After the door, after the jump, after the world reassembled itself without asking me whether I agreed, there was a stretch of time that did not feel like time at all. Just motion. Just distance. Just the absence of the room I had been measuring myself against. Outside was not chaos. Outside was information. The ground changed texture every few steps. Concrete gave way to gravel, gravel to dirt, dirt to something softer that held the day's warmth longer than it should have. Smells layered themselves without apology. Old food, metal, plants that had been stepped on too often to remember what they were meant to be. I moved low, not because I was afraid, but because height advertises. Height asks questions. Height invites attention. I had no interest in either. The night carried sounds differently than the room had. Indoors, noises belonged to something. A fridge, a footstep, a voice. Outside, sound drifted. It detached itself from its source and wandered. A distant engine, a dog several fences away, a human laugh that did not belong to anyone I could see. I paused beneath a hedge that smelled faintly of dust and something sweet that had fallen and been forgotten. Fruit, maybe, or the memory of fruit. The leaves scratched lightly at my back when the wind moved them. I adjusted my position until they stopped. This was the first rule I learned outside. If something touches you without consequence, it will touch you again. I stayed there long enough for my breathing to settle into something useful. Hunger made itself known, but quietly. Not pain, not urgency. Just a reminder that time still mattered, even if the room no longer did. I set off again, this time following edges, walls, fences, the thin, invisible lines humans draw when they decide where one thing ends and another begins. Those lines are never as solid as they think. There were other cats. I knew this without seeing them. Their presence marked the air the way old decisions mark a place. Not hostility exactly, more like accounting. This was not unclaimed ground, but it was not defended either. A place between agreements. I crossed it anyway. The first gutter I came to ran shallow and slow, the water moving just enough to stay alive. I drank without kneeling fully, keeping my weight balanced so I could leave if the ground decided to change its mind. The water tasted like leaves and rust and something else I couldn't place. It was acceptable. That was another rule. Acceptable is enough. I moved on. Somewhere behind me, a sound shifted. Not loud, not sudden, just wrong in the way things are wrong when they are alive and paying attention. I did not turn. Turning would have been a question. Instead, I altered my path by a few degrees and continued as though nothing had changed. Whatever it was did not follow. Later,